अस्सलाम वालेकुम ताज भाई।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम, खैरियत?
माशाल्लाह आप तो जल्दी आ गए।
मैं देखा, मैं जल्दी भागा सब छोड़ के ना।
अल्लाह रिवॉर्ड यू। बस अभी टाइम शुरू हुआ है, इंशाल्लाह थोड़ा देर में लोग आ जाएं तो फिर शुरू करते हैं
इंशाल्लाह।
कंप्यूटर ले लिया क्या?
अभी ये मेरा फर्जन जो स्क्वामिस में, उसने एक मुझे लैपटॉप ला कर दिया है ना, दूसरी।
तो व्हाट्सएप भी ले लिया?
आप अभी मैंने इसमें देखा नहीं क्या क्या दिया है उसने। सीख रहा हूँ, मुझे पूरी तरह से इसका इल्म भी नहीं ना।
अच्छा, इंशाल्लाह हो जाएगा वो भी।
इंशाल्लाह इंशाल्लाह।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू। क्या हाल है कभी भाई?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आप सुनाएं।
कैसा चल रहा था?
देखो क्या बोलते हैं।
वालेकुम सलाम व रहमतुल्लाह।
अभी तो मैं क्लास में चले ठोक रहा है 1 घंटे के, बोला आ जा तुम, वो चले जाए डायरेक्ट। एक घंटे आ जाओ, आप क्या कहते हैं तो खत्म हो जाएगा। 8:30 9:30 बजे खत्म होगा क्लास। कुरानुल करीम का क्लास जो चलता है मेरा।
Inshallah, we'll start soon. Maybe 1 more minute and see if few more people can join. Inshallah. Okay, so नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम Alhamdulillah, once again we are here. Inshallah we are going to cover this a topic which we covered last time, but we did it in a very rush manner. So inshallah today we are going to go into the detail of this, and as you would realize that in the Quran, mashallah, this kana yakunu is used very frequently. Yeah. So I know most of you are muted now, but you can unmute yourself if you want to speak up. Okay, Brother Taj, you can unmute yourself if you want to speak. Okay. So what is kana? Kana, yeah, kana is a fail, right? And when it is a fail, that means it's an action. And the mada for kana is kaf, waw, and noon. Kaf, waw, and noon. And the bab is bab nasara, right? So what we know from our previous learning that when we have a verb, we have the madi and we have the mudare. Yes. So basically, based on this, these root words, since we have the wow, wow is a weak letter. Yes. And we have been seeing that when we have a weak letter in the mada, we have to do something to make it different. So these weak letters are replaced by either alif or ya. Okay. So if I had to make madi from kaf, waw, noon, then it would become kawana and yakwunu. Kawana, yakwunu. But have you heard kawana or yakwunu? Probably not, because
No.
what you have learned or heard is kana. So the waw changes into the alif. Okay. And in the mudare, the haraka of the weak letter moves to the previous letter and it takes the silent haraka itself. So it becomes kana yakunu. What does it become? Kana yakunu. And the masdar is kaunan. The meaning is hona. In Urdu, we say when something kisi cheez ka hona. In English, if we want to understand kana yakunu, since kana is mazi, we are going to say was, were. Yes?
Yeah.
And yakunu is for present and future. So we're going to say is, are, am, to be, will. So these words in English, these are the words you need to understand, inshallah, to understand kana. Okay? So it is a very important verb. Why? Because as we know, the Quran is full of this kana yakunu, right? And then we also know that it is a fail naqis. Fail naqis in Urdu, naqis means something defective, something not complete. Yes? So this is an incomplete verb, right? Because the meaning of kana is wo tha, he was. Now, he was is not a complete sentence. It doesn't give you a complete meaning. Does it give you a complete meaning? You might think he was what, right? There was a big question mark here. He was what? Similarly, yakunu, wo hoga, ya ho jayega. He will be. You see? So the reason I'm putting the Urdu here, because most of us are Urdu speaking, so we can understand better if we know the meaning in Urdu as well. So kana wo tha, because kana is a first person, a third person, siga number 1, that is for he, huwa. So wo tha, he was. Yakunu, wo hoga, ya ho jayega, he will be. So the meaning is, it is incomplete verb, the meaning is incomplete. Is that understood? Because that is our starting point, that why are we learning this and why is it a fail in Akis? Any feedback? Okay, so when you see kana, and if it's a verb, what is the file?
Wa.
Huwa.
Wow.
So the fail plus file, which is kana, and huwa is there, still is incomplete verb. Yes? Okay. So now step number 2. In order to know the different variations of kana, you remember those 14 sigas, the 14 variations?
Yes.
Okay. So it is like this. For the third person, and it's male and it's female, right? You say kana, kana, kana.
Kanu.
He was, those two were, those were.
Wow.
Because this is 2 plus. For the female, it will be kanat. Yes? Kanat. Kanata. Kunna.
Kun.
Yeah? Kunna. That's the third person. She was, those two female were, and those women were. So that's how you understand the meaning, because it's Madi, right? Kunta, you were.
Kuntuma, kuntum.
Yeah. Kunta, kuntuma,
You.
kuntum.
You too. You are.
Kunti,
Kunti, kuntuma, kuntunna.
kuntum.
Kuntu, kunna.
Yeah. Kuntu, kunna. So it's very important that you understand these 14 variations, and they're very easy. Kana, kana, kanu. Kanat, kanata, kunna. Kunta, kuntuma, kuntum.
Kuntum.
Kuntuma,
Kunti, kuntuma, kuntuna, kuntum. Kuntu, I was.
I was, right? Or I was, we.
And we were.
Okay. So write this down when you have time. Inshallah, I will send you the PDF right after the class. Okay. So now, what is the Madi version? The Madi version, yakunu, yakunani, yakununa.
Oh, this is Mazi, this is Muzare.
This is Mudare, right? Okay, so this chart is very important. Yakunu, yakunani, yakununa. Takunu, takunani, yukna.
The third one we don't put ta.
No, this is
Yeah.
a special case. The female is yukna. Okay,
Okay.
or yakunna, something like that. Okay, takunu, takunani, takununa. Takunina, takunani, takunna. Akunu, nakunu. Right? I am, or he is, or he will be. Right? Or he will be, right?
Yeah.
Because yakunani or yakununa is a third person, male, female, male, female, and this is both of them, right? Is that something you guys remember from the previous classes, that you have done this for most works?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's take a look. Now, when this is out of the way, now I am going to show you the usage of how do we use the kana. So first example I want to give you is kana with jumla ismiya. How do you use kana with jumla ismiya? So if you have Arabic sentence Zaidun Maridun, what is the translation?
Zaid is sick.
Zaid bimar hai.
Zaid is sick. Yes?
Yes.
But you want to say Zaid bimar tha. Zaid
Kana
was
Zaid
So
maridun.
you said kana.
Brother Abid, Zaidun Marizun is not that Zaid was sick. It's a Maddi.
No. Zaidun Maridun is a jumla ismiya. And remember, jumla ismiya, the always is, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Right? And I know that you were stuck on this last time, so I'm doing it for your benefit. And when you say Zaid is sick, you say Zaidun Maridun. Now look at the haraka or the status. Zaid is Rafa and Marid is Rafa.
Yeah.
Zaid is Mubtada and Maridun is Khabar.
Khabar.
Right? So in Jumla Ismiya, the is because of this combination Rafa, Marifa, Nakira. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. So next time when you see Zaidun Maridun, that means Zaid is sick.
Is sick.
But
Okay.
you wanted to say Zaid Bimar Tha. That means Zaid was sick. So you are going to say Kana Zaidun Maridan. Now look what happened to the Khabar. The Khabar went into Nasab. Okay. And another thing you have to notice, remember when we said this fail and akisa, similarly like inna, right? Inna, then what happens to mubtada? It becomes ismukana and khabar.
Abrakana.
Yes. So this is very important to understand that when you want to use kana next time, this is how you're going to do. The mubtada or the ismu kana will stay rafa, but the khabar will become nasab.
Nasab.
That is one of the characteristics of this kind of fi'l naqisa. Now, if you wanted to say Zaid bimar ho jayega, this was kana, which is madi. Yes.
Mhm.
Now you want to say wo bimar ho jayega. Zaid bimar ho jayega. So you are going to say yakun Zaidun.
يكون زيد مريضا.
Zaid will get sick or Zaid will be sick. Yes.
Yakuno. Okay.
Yes. Why? Because kana was madi and yakunu was mudari. So that the ho jayega is coming now will. But still, so this is how you use yakunu. Kana zaidun maridan. The Zaid was sick, or if he or he will get sick, then we say yakunu zaidun marida. Okay.
So Brother Abed, if it's more than one, it will be Yakunane, Zaidun, wa Hamidun, Maridan.
Yes, I will give you an example of that, inshallah. You're right. Okay. So you will follow the same pattern of these. So we have to see. I'm going to give you some example, but before we do that, let's focus and get this understood very clearly, right? So any questions on this? So Jumla Ismiya, we know Mubtada and Khabar, and Mubtada and Khabar in a normal Jumla Ismiya is Rafa, Marifa, Nakira. Yes?
Yeah.
I'm not writing it down, but I'm sure we have done it so many times that now you should remember. Zaidun is Marifa, is a proper noun, and Maridun is Nakira, common noun.
Yeah.
When you want to make it, he was sick, then you're going to say, Kana Zaidun Maridan. Khabar will become Nasab, Zaid will stay Rafa, and you are not going to call it Mubtada and Khabar anymore. You're going to call it Ismukana, Khabarukana. Yes? So in a nominal sentence, change Jumla Ismiya, the Khabar will change its status to Nasab. And like Inna, it will become Ismukana, Khabarukana. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Everybody else? Brother Fawad? Brother Fawad, you were saying something?
I was saying something, Brother Abed. Can we say that Yakuna or and Kana are actually differentiating further? Because in Mazare, the future tense is not clear. It could be all three of them, right? All two.
Inshallah, once I give you all the examples, we'll have this discussion again. But let me go through the material and inshallah you will see what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so just a quick summary that Kana is Madi, Yakunu is Mudare, the Mada is Kaf Waw Noon and it's Bab Nasara. It starts Kawana Yakunu. Then because of the rule of the weak letter, it becomes Kana Yakunu. It's a fail and akisa, meaning it is an incomplete verb because the fail and file does not give you a complete meaning. And we saw that kana mean wo tha, he was. Yakunu, wo ho jayega, wo hoga, ya ho jayega, he will be. And these are some of the English terms which are covered by kana and yakunu. Is, are, am, will, was, there, to be. Okay. So you also saw the what you call the table of the 14. So what happens now that we saw the example of kana with jumla ismiya. Now we are going to look at the example of kana with jumla fe'liya. Yeah, you know what jumla fe'liya is, right?
Yeah, any sentence start with fail.
Yes. So jumla fe'liya can be madi and jumla fe'liya can be mudari, correct?
Yes.
So let's take the example of madi, like jumla fe'liya is madi, and we are going to use kana with it. So if I say kataba, what is the meaning of kataba?
He wrote.
He wrote. Usne likha. Yes?
Yes.
And then if I want to say kana kataba, usne likha tha. He had written. Am I going to say he had written?
Yeah.
Is that the right translation? He had written. Now think about this. Kana plus Madi is Madi Ba'id. Ba'id mean far away,
Far away.
further in the past. Like he did that, but he still did it in the Madi, long time ago. For example, मैं लाहौर गया था, मैंने लिखा था, वो आया था. These actions had happened in the past. We don't know how long ago, but it happened in the past. Is that making sense?
If it is in most recent, so we will like only say kataba, yeah?
Kataba will be yes, he wrote. Yes.
Yeah.
Still in
past
the past.
perfect tense. Past perfect.
Yeah, you can give it a name. In Urdu we call it Madi Baid. So I'm just calling it further in the past. But what is the English term? I really don't know. If you can help me with that, that would be great. So Kana Kataba, usne likha tha, singular. Brother Altaf, this is for you. So if you say Kana Kataba, un dono ne likha tha.
Okay.
Kana, this is singular. This is for two. That's dual. Yes. Kanu katabu. Un sab ne likha. Is that making sense? Everybody understood this? That when you, right now, I'm giving you most example with the singular third person. But if you have to use any of these variations, kana, kana, kanu, then you would be making the verb according to this singular, dual, and plural, male. Yes.
Yeah.
And if it was kanat, then kana katabat, kanat katabat. Yes, because kanat, then they will become katabat. You will use the corresponding fail in the same sigha. Brother Fawad, that's clear?
Yes, it's clear, yeah.
Okay, Brother Altaf?
Yeah.
Clear? Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the example here? Kana plus Madi becomes Madi Ba'id. Okay.
Mhm.
And then I also explained, if you use whatever you use the siga, then the siga has to match. Okay. Then yakunu kataba. Yakunu kataba mean
He will
usne
write.
likha hoga.
Hoga. Yeah.
Oh,
Right? Usne likha tha, usne likha hoga. He may have written it down, or he may have written. Yes, Urdu English में कैसे बोलेंगे? He may have written.
He might, yeah, he might.
He may have written. Yes. उसने लिखा होगा. Then you can see that yakunu plus madi is mazi shakiya or shak. Shak means there is a doubt. You're not sure. Something happened in the past, but you're not sure about it. उसने जैद को मारा होगा. वो लाहौर गया होगा. उसने ऐसा कहा होगा. So what are we talking about? Yakunu plus Madi is there is Madi with the doubt. Shakiya. Yes. So
Yes.
inshallah, if you get this concept, next time when you're reading Quran, I'm sure a lot of things will start to make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanu, yakunu, a lot in use used in the Quran, right?
Yes.
So
Another.
from that perspective, I thought even when I was preparing for this, I felt that this is, mashallah, going to change the way we look at some of the things which we don't understand yet. So kana yakunu is a lot. Okay. So number 4.
Yeah.
If we have done the madi, now what about kana plus mudare? Okay. Kana yaktubu. वो लिखता था. Right? और वो लिखा करता था.
करता था.
Madi istamrari. Istamrari mean continuous past. As you said, brother Kabir, something continuous, but in the past. वो
Past
लिखता
continuous.
था. Kana yaktubu. वो लिखता था. He used to write. Yes, he used to write.
right.
Making sense?
Yeah.
So if this is the case, then if I use the kana, the dual version, so I'm going to say yaktubani.
Ani.
Yaktubani. Those two male used to write. Okay, if I say kanu, then I would say yaktubuna. Why I have to say yaktubuna? Because you have to go back to your
Plural.
Siga.
you have to look at this. See, yakunu,
Third
yakunani,
person plural.
yakununa. Yes, that's why it's very important that these 14 sigas are very fresh in your mind, or at least you can draw them in your head on demand, because the pattern is going to be the same. You just have to substitute the mada. So yakunu, yakunani, yakununa. Takunu, takunani, yakunna. Takunu, takunani, takununa. Takunina, takunani, takunna. Takunu, nakunu.
Okay.
Right? So if you're gonna say nakunu, then what you're gonna say? What will be the
We
number 4?
we
B, right? So where did I put my piece of paper? Okay. So naktubuna, right?
ka
Yaktubuna.
naktubu.
Nakunu, naktubu. We used to write. Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that clear? So we did kana with mudare, and this is how we started. Okay. If you're good, then I can take it to the next level. How are we feeling? Is it making sense, or is it too overwhelming?
I think it's making sense, but we need some some practice to absorb it.
Lot of
Inshallah.
practice. We need lot of practice.
Yes. So now, based on this, when I give you the PDF, inshallah, at least you will have the written material, and then you can start to, as I suggested, writing with your own hand. Even if you rewrite all what I've written here on a piece of paper, that will make a big difference. If you just even copy what I have written here, it is going to make you a big understanding difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, another important subject with the kana, that when we use kana with Allah, right? So kana Allahu ghafurur rahima. So we know that all the rules are, this is kana is madi and is jumla ismiya. Allah is the mubtada, ghafurur is khabar 1, rahima is khabar 2. Yes.
Two.
So we know
Yeah.
that mubtada is still in rafa, which is good, and ghafurar become nasab, and rahiman.
Nasab.
So everything is great. But when you do the translation, then it is very controversial or is difficult, because you cannot say Allah Ghafurur Rahim tha. Yes?
Yes.
Kana means in the past. When we said Zaid, Kana Zaidun Maridan, we said Zaid was sick, right? So Kana Allahu Ghafurur Rahima, then we cannot say Allah Ghafur or Rahim tha.
Allah is.
So what we can say is say Allah Ghafurur Rahim hai, tha or rahega. Now all these statements, are they valid for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So there are certain things in the language, they are the matter of universal truth.
Yeah.
What are they? They're the matter of
Universal.
universal truth. They are free from the tense. Okay. So the question is, and you can do some research on it, that is there any verb which can cover all 3 tenses at the same time? In any language, can you find a single verb which is going to cover all 3 tenses? What are the
No.
tenses? Present, past, and future at the same time? The answer is no.
No.
Okay. So a language has to select a default tense to handle this. What do they have to do? They have to find a default tense. And Urdu, the language of Urdu, they selected the present tense for situation like this. Yes.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
English people also took the present tense as their default. But
Right.
the Arabic, they took the past tense, and that is why kana
It's
is
past.
past tense. Yes. But the translation is Allah Ghafurur Rahim hai, tha or rahega. And this is a valid statement, correct? So we say Allah is Ghafur, Ghafurur Rahim. He is. Now, if I say same thing about Zaid, if I say Zaid Ghafurur Rahima, can I say that Zaid was Ghafur Rahim hai, tha or rahega? Can I apply
No.
that to Zaid?
No.
So it depends on the context. Okay, how you translate this, it depends on the context of the sentence. But if I give you another statement, if I say Kana Shaitanu lil insani khazula, the translation is कि no doubt or shaitan इंसान का दुश्मन है. Yes. So can we apply this rule to shaitan? Shaitan
Yeah.
इंसान का दुश्मन
Yeah.
था, है और रहेगा.
Yeah.
Making sense? So apply this example with Zaid, not a universal truth. Apply on shaitan, then it falls in the category of universal truth. So you would have to use your common sense in when you are trying to translate this. I hope this makes you excited and at the same time, this is a very valuable information we got here.
Yeah. So sometimes when we are doing translation, so it will be more important, yeah.
Yes.
That we know the context of the.
You
of
know the
situation.
context, mashallah, that is very important. And I'm sure that after learning all this, there is, mashallah, we should be very happy that we covered this subject in detail. What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Right? Okay, so just to summarize, let me try to quickly go through one more time. Let's see if this is still visible to you guys. Can you still see it?
Yeah.
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 So this way, hopefully you'll see more of the page. So kana wo tha, he was. Yakunu wo hoga, ya ho jayega. He was. Mada kaf waw noon, with the waw as in the weak letter in the middle.
Letter.
Okay, bab nasara, meaning kawana yakwunu, kawana yakwunu, and kawana will the
Kana.
waw will change it to alif, so it will become kana. Same thing. Yeah, remember kawala, kala. We
Kala.
have seen this many times. So kawala is the same thing. Kala and yakulu. So kana yakunu, kala yakulu. Yakwanu will become yakunu. What happens? The waw will give haraka to the previous letter, and it will take the sukoon itself. That's how you apply the rules when you have waw as the weak letter in the middle. Yeah.
Yes.
So the meaning is hona. In English, some of the words which will be, according to kana yakunu is, are, am, will, was, there, to be. So was and there will be for Madi, and the rest is for present and future. It is a very important verb. Why? Because it's a fi'l naqisa and it has very useful usage, right? So fi'l naqisa, simple terms, that means it's an incomplete verb. What is the opposite? Fi'l tam, meaning a complete verb.
Complaint.
Why are we calling it incomplete verb? Because the meaning is incomplete. We have the fail and the file, meaning when we have kana, we know that huwa is there. Yeah, but the translation was he was, and that is an incomplete meaning. Making sense?
Yeah.
Good. Then we should know the 14 variations of kana. Kana, kana, kanu, or kanu, kanat, kanata, kunna. Kunta, kuntuma, kuntum. Kunti, kuntuma, kuntum. Yes. Kuntu, kunna. So we know that it's very easy. Inshallah, this should give you the good feeling. Yakunu, yakunani, yakununa. Takunu, takunani, yakunna. Takunu, takunani, takununa. Takunina, takunani, takunna. Akunu, nakunu. Yes? So writing this down will help. Now, while I'm doing this, maybe I should switch gears and show you something here. Remember this website. See this website? Yes? So look at this.
Letters.
Yeah, this one was, I shared with you many times, but I can share it again, no problem. But look at this. So here, this is done in the chart way, and I can show you, for example, here. So I'm looking at past tense, yes? So here is the, let's see, huwa is the, okay, where is it? Past tense. Let me make it smaller so that it's more visible. Okay, so past tense is right here. Is it showing me past tense? Okay. No, it's showing me the future tense, present tense. This is the past one. Kuntu for I was. So that's they're starting with the first person first, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing the opposite. So they're using with ana first. So ana will be kuntu, I was. Kuntu. Anta, kunta, right? That's male, masculine. Anti will be kunti. So I have the same thing, but their chart is a little bit hard to read because they're doing in the opposite way. But you can see the Arabic pronunciation, and at the same time you also see the meaning of that, right? Right? You can turn it off, by the way. So if I turn it off, the harakas are gone. If I turn it on, the harakas are back on. You see that? Sure. So here, past tense, kuntu, I was. Anta, kunta, you were. Anti, you feminine were. Antuma, you two were. Huwa, kana. Hiya, kanat. Is that making sense, guys? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Kana.
Okay. So either you go through that yourself, or I can probably send you the link and you can read through it. So when you use kana with Jumla Ismiya, the purpose is if he was, Zaid was Zaid bimar hai, Zaidun maridun. So rafa, marifa, nakira. Okay, male, singular. Jumla Ismiya, mubtada khabar. Yes, all of that should be in your mind now, right? I'm only doing it in my brain. If I want to say Zaid bimar tha, then I say kana Zaidun
maridan.
Mubtada khabar, but khabar become nasab. And I can no longer call it mubtada and khabar. I have to call it ismu kana, khabar. If I wanted to say that Zaid bimar ho jayega,
Yep.
so then I'm going to say yakunu, which is
Zaidun maridan.
Zaidun maridan. Zaid will get sick or Zaid will be sick, right? In a nominal sentence, the khabar will change its status to nasab. And like inna, it is going to change mubtada to ismu kana, khabar kana. Okay. So did I use it wrong? Right. Okay. Yeah. So jumla ismiya. So jumla fe'liya and kana. Madi kataba. Kataba mean he wrote.
Usne likha.
Right? He wrote. I want to say usne likha tha. Kana kataba. Usne likha tha. He had written. Right?
Kana kataba.
Kana plus Madi is Madi Ba'id, like sometime in the past, but further past. जैसे मैं लाहौर गया था. When? I don't know. Maybe sometime long ago I went. मैंने लिखा था. Maybe some long time ago I wrote. वो आया था. Maybe some long time ago he came. Right? So kana kataba उसने लिखा था. Now depending on the kana's siga number, whether it's male, singular, dual, or plural, you have to use the same verb in front of it. Kana kataba, kanu katabu. Okay, so the difference is in the how we pronounce it, right? So, I mean, this is pretty close. Kana kataba, but I say kana kataba, so that I give the extra haraka on the alif. Kanu, all of the wow, I have to say kanu katabu. So that's called mad, mad tabai, right? Somebody with tajweed, they would know. Okay. Usne likha tha, उन दोनों ने लिखा था, उन सब ने लिखा था. We are only talking about masculine noun here. He had written, those two male had written, those two plus male had written. Yes. Then if I say yakunu, which is still the fail is madi, but the usage of mudare, which is kana was madi, but I'm using yakunu now. So yakunu kataba, usne likha,
लिखा होगा.
meaning it's still in the madi, but there is a doubt. We are not clear when he has done that. We are saying that he must have done it, or he may have written it. Yeah? Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So, kana mudare, madi istamrari. Madi istamrari mean continuously in the past. Something happened continuously in the past. Kana yaktubu. Because yaktubu mudare, right? Jumla feiliya mudare. And we are using jumla feiliya mudare with kana. वो लिखता था. वो लिखा करता था. He used to write. Yes? And if we say kana, then if I use the same pattern here, that for the singular, if I use dual and the jama, then I have to say kana yaktubani, kanu.
कानू यक्तुबूना.
Okay. And for the universal truth, when we have a situation like this, kana Allahu ghafurur rahima, you are going to say Allah ghafurur rahim hai. But it is understood that this one sentence can be used that he was, he is, and he will always be. Yes? Allah ghafur rahim hai, tha or rahega. He is always is, and he will always will be, and he will always was. Yes? So this is the universal truth principle. And in Arabic language, they have taken the default tense for that situation is past tense. Urdu has taken present, English has taken present, but Arabic has taken the past tense, right? And then it depends on the context. So if I use the same thing with Zaid, which is a normal human being, I cannot use the universal truth factor. You'll say he was
Treated as a past.
Zaid Ghafurur Rahim tha, right? But shaitan, for example, we have this verse from the Quran, and it applies very nicely on this. Because shaitan was your enemy, he is, and he will remain till the day of judgment. Okay. So inshallah with this, if you have any questions, please let me know. Right now, we still have 10 minutes if you want to discuss anything. Any feedback, any comments? Brother Altaf, now are you clear on certain things?
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. A lot of things are clear, but I think as I mentioned, we need to practice to remember it.
So the best way to practice is probably when you're reading Quran and you come across kana yakunu. Remember, try to identify whether I'm using kana with jumla ismiya or am I using kana with jumla feiliya. Yes.
Yeah.
And then also see if it is jumla feiliya madi or is it jumla feiliya mudare. Yes. So that those combinations, those matrix will help you with that. So for future reference, the important part to remember is that kana is a fail naqisa, right? And when it's a fail naqisa, it has a certain effect on jumla ismiya, and the effect is that it changes the khabar into nasab. Very important. Yeah. So inshallah with this, I think I'm done with the subject. If there are no questions, then I can just call it a night and we'll get ready for Maghrib, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you.
So I know a few people are still missing. I don't know if this is a timing problem or something else, but let's make a commitment that inshallah we will continue this and we will stay excited, because if we stop losing, if we're gonna start to lose the emotion behind this class, then we will start to see that everybody is trying to drift away.
Yeah.
Inshallah, let's keep each other excited and keep on the toes and keep each other in touch so that we can always excite and encourage. This inshallah, I'm telling you, this is going to be a lot of benefit to all of us. And this is one of the neki we are doing right now, considering the situation that we're not very wants help, right? Okay. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
Jazakallah.